back. I'm sorry. My battery shut down as I was talking to you again. It shut down in the middle of my live. It actually deleted my live. But my battery just now charged. I just now got back. I cleaned this up earlier. This paint, this picture. It was of a football player. I didn't want that. I got this at Goodwill, and so I took that out, painted over, blacked out the what was on there, used the frame, and I just made this beautiful picture. This painting right now, I just tapped this out. I was going to go, I'll be live maybe tonight, but I just came on to show you this huge piece of art that I tapped out just right now. I had it already primed up for when I got home from my brother's, and look how big this piece of art is, everyone. I just tapped this out just by myself. I just had to just take some time to just do a tap by myself. Hi, Jason. I was having one of those days. Here's my paints and everything, everyone. But I had one of those days today, everybody, where it was really rough, and then people were coming on being very mean to me, which I can handle that. But this tap is extraordinary. I just tapped it out. I made a little short. So I'm just touching it up, adding some green for, some good luck, and some just down the line here, you got to have good luck all the way around. But I'll try to be on tonight, everyone. I'm just kind of like, it's getting high. Yeah, please, exactly, Jason. But it's just it's getting to it's getting worse, and I can handle it, and I realize that once you keep going, that's what happens, everybody. But I had to tap out this. This is they'll probably be behind me because this is really huge. Look at this. I cannot wait to show you this dried and high shined. This is awesome. And I wanted to just put the the green in for money, prosperity for the show. And because just like I said, everybody, everyone has their own goals and dreams. And so just because I'm here, saying that, I wanted to buy a mansion, that's my dream. That's not yours. That's not something that is your dream. That's something that I, saved for until I got it stolen from me. So, you got to understand, everybody, that when you're coming on with the most vigorous hatefulness, it's not right. But look at this. So this is going to go into my office when I do get my, my mansion. But look at this. This is going to go in the back. This is so huge that I just started it. I prepped it already. And look at this. Isn't that beautiful? It is so wild, so euphoric. And so I'm really going to put some stank up on it with this green. I'm wondering what we're going to see in this, because you know how my painting is. This is the largest painting actually I've ever done right here. This is massive. I got this old piece. It was an old football player picture, and then I just cleaned it up, used the frame, and then I just did my artwork over top of it. And look how beautiful that is. Yes, look at that. But tonight we'll be tapping out. But look how beautiful that is. Hi, honey, Mario. Hi. But look at that. This is incredible. So that's another powerful piece. It's beautiful. I mean, and then I'm going to show you tonight the piece of art that I done last night. I have to tear that whole thing apart, everyone, because guess what? The you can see the staples where I tried to put it over the picture to hold it in. And so I have to take all that out. But everybody, if you're new to this channel, just, I'm Tina M. Wright, Beauty Babe, Intuitive Babe. I use my intuition to be my guide, and everything I tell of you on here is true. I don't bullshit any of you. I don't lie. I don't, I'm a genuine person, a realist about things. And so, when you come on my channel, it's just real. It's not no bullshit. I don't bullshit any of you. I be honest with you, I ain't got time for all that. Ain't no sister ain't got time to bullshit. So look at this, everyone. I'm doing this. I'm taking this up. and we're gonna just stank it up and see what we can come up with. And this is beautiful. So this is the biggest piece of art that I've done. I mean, this is massive. And so I'm trying to get real big. I got a huge piece to do that's so big, everyone, and you would not believe it. And I got it at Goodwill, but I got it for the frame. Thank you, Jason. And I got so this is the biggest piece I've done, but there's an even bigger piece that I have that I'm going to do for my art, and it is massive. I mean, it is massive. I will do that live. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I just figured since I needed to just calm my nerves down from today, like I was having one of those days, I just wanted to tap out a beautiful piece of art, just myself, and so I just wanted to show you it. It's beautiful, it's riveting. I'm going to put a little bit more stank up into it. But everybody, if you don't, I'm going to talk about something. If you don't dream big, how are you going to get anything if you don't dream big? Seriously, everybody's got to dream big at some point in time. How are you going to how are you, just because you're sitting there, I drive an older vehicle, but that doesn't mean you don't dream big. That doesn't mean that you can't have something that you dream of, right? That means that I sat in the hot sun, everybody, for what I made. I sat in the hot heat, busted my ass, selling my products, and all for it to be stolen from somebody I didn't never even seen with my eyes. How would you feel? But that's here nor there. Today's a new day, and I'm not going to talk about that no more, because today is a new day. I just had to kind of, I guess, get it off my chest. But look at this beautiful. This is riveting. This is sexy. This is beautiful. But I came on to get it off my chest, and I couldn't believe the backlash and the browbeating that I got on here. It was really sad. I mean, from people that come on and watch this channel, I physically just, it took my breath away at how mean people are and mean spirited. I'm like, wow, is this life? Is this how we are in this life? Is this how mean spirited we are? Wow, that we're wishing people bad luck? Okay, now, wow. So look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's kind of like I took my mind to space, and I just left it there. I didn't want to hang on to anything. I just wanted to leave it there, and I just look at it. So I can't wait to see how powerful this looks when it's dried and high shined. It should be, I mean, just absolutely euphoric. And I'm gonna smack some stank up onto it and kind of tap it down. Thank you, Jason. It's sad. I don't hate on nobody. Everybody, you know how I am. I'm this kind of cool vibe type of chick. Like I'm just so cool and so chill that it's just, I'm cool. I don't hurt anybody. I can't even imagine. Like, I just couldn't even imagine coming on someone's page with the most brazen ass craziness that some people come on here. I think there's a lot of people that are very lost out there, and I'm serious, and I hate to say it like that, but I'm actually being serious. I think there's some people that they don't have nothing going on for their lives, and then they come onto people's pages that are really making things happen, and they really try to just do everything in their power to like stomp a person down. And it's just like, yeah, it's insane. It's like, wow, how do you live like that? Like, if you don't have a goal or anything, that is your problem. You don't go in and hurt other people that have goals and aspirations and put people down because you don't have that goal, you know. I mean, it's really sad. And I just sit and go, wow, God, if this is how the world's getting, this is bad. If this is the actual reality of how we're living our lives and being hateful, damn, we are in smack real trouble. We are in trouble if this is how it is, because we're in this life together, but somehow or another we are so distant apart. It's like we're freaking northern stars, but we don't, you know what I mean? We are distant in right now. And it's really sad. It is actually sad at how sinister people, and I call them keyboard idiots. Well, Mr. Butch came up with that terminology. I don't like to call names, but Mr. Butch came up with that terminology. He's like, Tina, they are seriously not doing anything with their lives. And so they'll come on and create the most drama that they can do on anyone's page. And you know, Mr. Butch is right about that. Look at this, everybody. That is taking you. Look at that. You can almost see a face right there. Look at this. Right, Jason? Look at that. And then they insinuated that, the money was given to somebody right here, and one of my favorite, YouTube subscribers, and it has nothing to do with YouTube or a subscriber. It had nothing to do with here. So I mean, how do you come up with crazy bullshit out of your gosh damn mind? Look at that. Do you like it? There's a face. I can see a face already. Can you? That is so cool. But everybody, I love yous, and I'll show you me tonight. I have my hair in a ponytail, and I'm just working this art. Yeah, I put a little fluorescent in it. I mixed up a couple greens, and just to see how it would be. But I love it because everybody, when you're trying to usher in something, always use green. If you're trying to usher in money, use green on things, right? Because then that way it's stability, that green pulls in what you want. You got to usher it in to get it, right? And so you want prosperity for the page, usher it in on the page. Now I'm going to go get some red paint here. Just give me 1 second, everybody. 1 second, okay? I'm going to flip the camera around. 1 second. I can still hear you. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I'm just not in the mood right now to be on the camera, but hold on a second. I'll get you back. There we go. You should be coming back here any minute. Okay, so so here it is. And so I'm going to take some of these paints and I'm going to put because this is for YouTube. We want this page to be prosperous. We want this page to be, you know what I mean? Making some moves here, child. Money moves, big moves. And you got to put it down to believe it, right? You got to put it down there and take it down there, right? And you got to believe it to achieve it, to receive it, everybody. And if you're not willing to receive your monotone blessings, well, then guess what? That's your problem. You can't go on other people's channels. You cannot, hate on people because they want something that your vision isn't at, right? And you can't do that. You can't go, oh well, you can't. You cannot go on people's channel with this evilness and think that it's okay. This is YouTube, and then it represents the money that's coming in the bucket. So I'm dreaming big on here. I don't know about you, everybody. I've got, right? Formation, Jason, right? Got to get the formation in there, JJ, right? You know all about that. So with this leftover stuff, I'm going to just kind of like work this YouTube situation into that. But everybody, you gotta work it in. Yeah, the UFO. I hope we see something on here, an alien or something. That would be awesome. I hope on this big baby right here. You know how yes, definitely. You know how I work that. I hope we can see something. That would be so cool. That would be awesome. But everybody, you gotta dream big to be big. If you're dreaming small, you ain't getting nowhere. I mean, you gotta take your mind, everybody, to where this picture's at. Come on now. Who am I talking to on here? You gotta take your mind to the outer space of where this picture is at. Look at this. Look at it. Look at that. You gotta take your mind there. Because if you can't take your mind there, then you can't be there. And that's why a lot of people get so jealous and so riveting. Oh my God, the hatefulness. Because they can't imagine, they can't take their mind there. And it's really, really sad. It really is, everyone. It is actually sad. So look at that. How do you like it? Jason, isn't that neat? And it's awesome. Something's telling me to put a cross in here. This is wow. This is going to be good. Something's telling me to put a cross in here. And this is beautiful because this is a mixture of the money and the YouTube combined, and the elements of the art is an incredible tool, everybody. Don't play with that. Art is insanely beautiful. Mix that in. Look at that. I'm going to put this in here. And it's just like, when you want something, you gotta stretch your mind to the outer guts of the limit of what it's capable of doing, everybody. Look at this. I'm throwing this in here. This is YouTube mixed with money. And bless the show. Look at that. Look at that. I put that right across there because that's what something told me to do, and I did it. And that's the fire and the beauty and the everything of YouTube. And we're going higher and higher and higher and elevating higher and higher and higher. Doesn't care, haters, higher and higher and higher. Because this is how it is on this channel. We're not backing down. We're not putting the gavel down. We're not closing the shop up because haters come on and don't like me and don't like my style. They don't like my intuition because they can't handle it. No, we're not closing shit down because you don't like it. Just because you don't like it, that's your damn problem, not mine. Look at that. We put the stank up in the stank in Jesus' mighty name. And I had to put a disclaimer. Yes. Yeah, right. I'm surprised. I've had these on for a little while, Jason. I'm surprised you just now noticed them. But and it's so, but people came on with such hatefulness, Jason. I don't know if you heard that or not. I mean, it really made me sad because it was even people that are, subscribers. And I'm like, wow, how can you be that rude? Like you are that insanely. Look at this, everybody. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. And we're going to see all kind of stuff. Look at that, baby. That is huge. That is huge. That's a huge piece of art and it's beautiful. And I can't wait to take it downstairs to dry and high shine it. That's awesome. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Yes, because that YouTube is the red, right? And the green is the money. This is the piece that, you know what I mean? Come on now. We're fixing to do this on YouTube, everybody. No matter if the people, the haters like me or not. This channel is going all the way. So haters, step back and observe. Because the girl ain't going nowhere. She's fixing to stay right here and do her tap intuitive art because her intuition is very strong. Look at this. We almost see a scary face here. Wow. Look at this, everybody. This is badass. How's your daughter, Jason? Tell her I said hi. But the money is overflowing, everybody. Something is telling me to put, look at this. See, just when the haters think that they got something under control, look at this. It's flowing. The money is flowing. Look, everybody, look. We got the elements of this. It's flowing. Look. And haters can't stop this. They can't stop it. And that's the thing. When you can't stop the money, the music, then they get jealous. They get mad. They get envious. When they can't stop what the Lord got planned for you, The Lord's got big plans for this show, you know, more than what these haters are on here trying to do. You got to be your own kind of wonderful, everybody. Step to the plate, just do it. But don't let nobody act a fool and tell you that you cannot do something. Don't you ever let anybody, if you have a goal, you know, whenever since I was a little girl, when I was 7 years old, everyone, let me go sit down here a minute. Hold on a second. Let me hit the grip over here. Hold on. One moment. Let me take it off of here and let me take it over here. Hold on one second. I gotta grab the, let me just, hold on everybody, don't leave me. Woo! Woo! Everything's falling. Hold on a second. Okay, everybody, let me grab stuff. And I gotta, and then, you know, let me just do this really quickly. And then I will, and you're probably like, Tina, what the heck? What are you doing, Tina? Hold on a minute, everybody. Hold on. I'm wrestling a bear. No, I'm just teasing. Hold on a second, everyone. I'm just trying to get on here real quick with all of you because I'm going to talk about something. And then let me stitches up here real quick. And then I got to brush my... let me brush my hair down. Let me just fit in to put you up here. And hold on a second, everybody. Let me just... Hold on. Now I'm going to stitches right here. Hold on a second. I think that's... Hold on. I need to clean it. Sorry. Because there was, the thing was over the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me just... You're good, right? You're good. Hold on. You're good. Hold on. I had to grab this. One moment, I have to comb my hair. Oh my gosh! I was had my hair in a ponytail, so I have to comb it out. Hold on a second. Hold on. You're laughing. Okay. All right. Hold on. I gotta grab my other glasses, so I can see all of you. And then I'll be good. All right. And then I'm gooders after that. You're probably like, Tina, what's good? Okay. Now Tina's sitting down. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. Can you see me? Okay. So I went down to my brother's. And I thought him and his girlfriend were away because I didn't see her car and I saw my brother's car, right? So I went down and I'm like, oh my God, I drove the whole ways down here and like they're not there. My battery shut off in the middle of talking to all of you On the last, it kept shutting off and shutting off the whole time, the whole ways down the highway. My battery was so dead, it would not even stay charged, and it kept shutting off. And then the last time I was talking to all of you, it completely nosedived and I couldn't get it back on. Hold on a second. Let me get my glasses on. I can't even today. There you go. Hello. Hi. Hi, Land. I'm doing good. So anyhow, that's what happened. And so I'm going to show you something, everybody. Remember the painting I done last night? The big one? Well, the one that's like that. Okay, I have to, before I go come on tonight, later on, I have to tear that whole thing apart because I will show you the back really quick. Hold on 1 second. And then I'll show you something with this too. Okay. Okay, everyone, you see this? Okay, now the back. I done this, I sealed it up, but guess what? If you turn it around, here's how it looks in here, everyone. Look at this. Here's how it looks in the frame. Do you like it in the frame? Look at this, everybody. This is how it looks in the frame. It looks really nice. Jason, do you see it? Jason? Noah's trying to call me. Now look at this. That's what it looks like in the frame, everyone. How does that look? Yes, isn't that nice? But here's the thing. You can see the things in here. So I think I have to tear everything back apart. And it's a shame. So that's what I'll have to do. And then once I tear everything back apart. Do you see any faces or anything on here, everybody? Hold on a second. There's all kind of stuff. Look at that. I mean, there's some good stuff. I think I nailed it on which way to put it. It's pretty cool. Look at that. And the messages and my signature, right? And the messages. And so that's what I done earlier. And so I will be setting up my stand, everyone. And so guess what I did? I had some bags, some cloth bags that I made for my beauty business, and I made a lot of them. So what I did was tap over one of them just to see what it looked like. And look at this. I made a beautiful bag, a SpaceArtBeauty bag, intuitive SpaceArtBeauty bag. Look at this. And this is washable and it's really durable. How do you like that? So I will be selling them also. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that neat? How do you like it? Let me fix the thing, everybody, so everybody can comment. How do you like it? Look at this. So I made this beautiful space art intuitive SpaceArtBeauty bag. I tapped this out, this picture out on a bag so that when I set up for my art, here's a bag. Look at this. And it's really durable. They can put their stuff in. This is a reusable bag. Yes, and I used the fluorescent so it can bring out the picture in there. But these bags are really, really, really nice. Look at that. So I put some sparkle in it, and so I'm going to make some more to put on either even my online store, but also when I set up my stand. But there was a piece of art, and that is actually a message that was tapped onto there. Isn't that neat? So a girl is doing a lot of things. Like I think, I really believe that is why, like, I'm the type of person where I'm like a complete go-getter. Like like when I put my mind to something, it's like I do it. Okay, I get it done. I accomplish it, especially if it's for my business, especially if it's for my channel, my life. And so I think that's why people get jealous, because I am just that type of person where I just go for it and until I do it, right? And you can't be nothing but the best. Okay, everybody, you can't be half-assed. There's no time in this life to be half-assed. If you are going to be half-assed, you will always be half-assed all your life. Do you know that? If you're going to be great, you're going to be great your whole life. If you're going to be boring, you're going to be boring your whole life. If you're going to be intelligent, you're going to be intelligent your whole life. Do you understand? It's all in up in here. And so, sorry, my makeup's wiped off, but so you gotta go for it. You have gotta go for things and not let anything hold you back, because that's the thing with people that will come onto your page. They're not doing nothing. I'm Godsmack serious. When people are not doing anything with their lives, they will sit behind a fake name, a screen, and they will just run on everyone that's doing something great for their lives. That's just how it is. And if you can't handle it, and that's called YouTube. Um, if you can't handle that rundown of what people, the keyboard idiots, you can't be on here. Because it'll eat your guts up. People will come on here with brimstone and fire because they can't do the things that you do, or they thought they could have done something like that and they didn't start it, right? And little do they know they can still start doing whatever they want to do. But no, they go on and be keyboard idiots and harass me, harass other YouTube pages. I can't imagine, as this channel is growing and growing, I mean, the amount of hatefulness. I'm enduring it now. So, you know, but just like I said, if you're going to be an idiot, you're going to be an idiot all your life. If you're going to be successful, you're going to be successful. That's just, if you're going to be a grim reaper, you're going to be a grim reaper all your life. I'm an envisionary. I envision that this is going to be amazing and incredible. And so no matter what people say, they can't take that away from me, right? And they can't take my intuition. It's so amazing, right? Right. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. But so when I went on and said that, I mean, listen, I don't lie to any of you. I don't. I think people have like this really notion or something that I come on and lie to everybody. I don't have time for bullshit. Let me tell you this right now, everybody. I don't bullshit nobody. I don't have time for that. Who has time for to sit and bullshit to people? I ain't got time for that, right? So when I sit and tell you something, I'm telling you. There's no ins, there's no outs. There's just, it's right there in the middle, right? There's nothing else. So if you want hyphenated bullshit, then you got to go to somebody else's channel. If you want real truth, then you come to this channel. But I'm not giving you sugar-coated bullshit on here. I'm not going to come up with stories to make you come to this channel and find out what's happening. It ain't happening like that. It's not, I don't do things like that. I ain't got time for that. So when I sit and tell you something, that is how it is. You either take it or leave it. Even with my intuition, you either take it or leave it. Take what's for you and leave what's not. How hard is it? How hard actually is that, everyone? But no, some people want to, lies on the board. Witch. Okay, no, there's no witch here. There's no lies on the board here. Okay? If you need something like that, then you're going to go into somebody else's page. Fixing to go onto somebody else's page with this dumb shit. None of this is going on here. And so I even had to put a little message on there that this is my intuition that I've had ever since I was 7 years old. There ain't no lies on this channel. There ain't no bullshit. I don't have time to sugarcoat bullshit for you. It don't work that way. Never done my whole life. My mom always taught me to never sugarcoat a goddamn thing. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. That's how it is. I ain't gonna take shit from you. Well then, Albert, if I talk too much, why are you literally on here? Why are you still on here? I'd like to know this, because if I talk too much, why the fuck are you still on here? Why? Obviously, you're on here for a reason. Why are you on here? If you don't like what I'm saying, do you know YouTube has damn near 1 billion people on here or something? There's so many other channels that people got boobs and asses in their mouth, right? You better fixing to go on. And I mean fixing to go on, because this ain't the channel for you. I'm not going to sit here and listen to your bullshit on this channel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're coming on here with your dumb shit, you're going to leave with your dumb shit in your hands, because I'm not playing games with no one. Bye-bye. Goodbye. See you later. See what I mean, everybody? I don't play. My mom taught me this, everyone, when I was a little girl. My mom never tolerated bullshit. She never sugarcoated anything. Right? Ain't no, I didn't time him out. I left him out. Oh, Mr. Butch is on. Hi, Steve. Oh, thank you. And so, oh, Noah's in the house. Mr. Butch is in the house. I've been trying to call Mr. Butch all day. And I thought, Lord Jesus, I hope he ain't in the hospital. And here he appears here. See how Mr. Butch scares me, everybody? This man done scared the life out of me. And I needed Mr. Butch to talk to him today. And I guess it wasn't fixing the Met, because I tried calling him. Right. Oh, I figured something was going on. See, Mr. Butch, we love you, honey. I'll call you after the show. But Mr. Butch, everybody, we got to send prayers to Mr. Butch, please, because he's in the last stretch of this chemotherapy, and he's on the last stretch of this. Everyone, we gotta get Mr. Butch healthy. But so those paintings right there did good. Everything's good, everybody. Tonight. Well, don't forget to come on tonight, everybody, at 8:30. You don't want to miss a thing. I'll be on tapping out some. We'll tap out something incredible tonight, right? We'll tap out something good. Nah, Noah said hi, Tina and Mr. Butch. So yeah, that's why I wasn't on Noah. But so that piece over there, everyone, that is awesome looking. I showed it to you. I tapped it. I couldn't. I mean, well, I started tapping and I thought, man, let me get on air. Let me get on and make a little shorty of it, right? So I did make a short of me tapping that big one out, but there is an even bigger one. I don't know how I'm going to do this, everyone. I'm going to figure out how to. It's this big. It's massive. It's massive. And so I got it for the frame. So I can, tap out the old art, whatever was in there, and just, and then you know Mr. Butch said hi, Noah and Jason and everybody else, we love you. But that's what's going on. um we got messages coming through the boards, we got all kind of stuff going happening, everybody. Listen, this is going to be a good night, despite how today felt like it was going. Tonight's going to be a good night, everybody. Tonight is going to be a good night. And so we're going to hit the boards, we're going to get the little messages on there and see where it goes, right? And see where it takes us. But don't never give up, everybody. Listen, Mr. Butch, and I always say Mr. Butch and I, because Mr. Butch has helped me to calm down in the midst of firestorms on this channel, and said, Tina, tap it down, rain it down, calm it down, right? So that's why I always say Mr. Butch and I are on the cups of 3,000 subscribes, which on YouTube is very, very hard, everybody. Unless you're doing some kind of high-end drama, it's hard. If you have a wholesome show like mine, it's hard to get there, because people like to see other wild stuff, and this show is my intuitive notion and my tapping out my art. And so, right. That's so I'll be on tonight at 8:30. But I mean, it's been a heck of a ride. We're almost at the cups of it, everyone. We're almost at the cups of 3,000 subscribes. I don't even know how many. I don't even know how many people I need. I don't even know if it's 40, 39. I don't know. But if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button and the like button, because when you hit the like button, I think the algorithms, I guess that's good for the algorithms, everyone. I don't know, I'm just learning YouTube as it is, myself, and just trying to, especially being monetized, there's so many things that are different on here. And so there's a lot of things that are different once you're monetized, like after the show, then you know, they go through it, I guess, and then they'll put the upload it, and then you put the commercials in there. So right now, everybody, the commercials are on. So you'll probably get one at the beginning of the when you, if you come on later and watch any of my videos, you'll probably get a long commercial at the beginning, and then I think a long one at the end. Well, YouTube is changing that around. They sent, I guess, all of us a message saying in April, I mean, no, May, sorry, May, that I guess they're just going to start infusing it in. So it's not real long commercials. They're just going to inject them in as it goes. So, but right now the commercials, you know, once they come on, just watch them. Okay. Cause you know, girl ain't playing. You know, girls fixing to not play, you know, but, I'm grateful. It's really been good here on YouTube. I really like YouTube. I mean, I do like Facebook, where I do have a lot more followers on there, but YouTube is really really nice, because YouTube, you gotta work. You got YouTube. You gotta put in work to get those subscribes. You gotta actually put in real work. It's real talk over here. This is no joke on YouTube. When you get to the level where the commercials are in and stuff, you have done some. You have put in work, and it takes time. Everybody, if you have a YouTube channel, it does not happen like that unless you're doing something crazy. Um, I saw a guy's YouTube channel. You know, when the orbs were down in New Jersey, when this young guy Kyle, he only had like 400 subscribers, right? And then he took a drive unbeknownst to him, and was filming it live about the drones and stuff. Well, guess what? He got over thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers out of nowhere, just like that. So, you know, something like that can hit you overnight, and you know, and then you can become that overnight sensation. And he didn't even realize what was happening. I mean, we were all on, you know, because he was seeing things, and people were pulling up telling their kind of story of what they saw or what they experienced with the drones. And so that's something that it was just so unbeknownst to him, and he hit, like, I don't even know, 16,000 subscribes within that night. Was so unbelievable. And then the next night he went out again, and then the next night. So his channel went boom like that. And that does happen. Didn't happen to my channel because, you know, I'm not chasing drones. I mean, right. I had Smokey. If you come on, everybody, if you can recall when the drones were out, if I didn't have Smokey, if I would have had the Jeep, I would have drove to New Jersey and checked it out. But I couldn't have drove Smokey with all them fumes, right? um but you know, it all depends what kind of content you're putting out there. It all depends what you're doing, what you're saying, and how you're doing it. You know, I'm amping up this show. I'm going to be doing different things. You know, I want to keep it wholesome. Like, you know, I mean, my intuitive notion is real, so I don't want to mess that up with too much wild stuff. Like, you know, I mean, listen, I like doing the bra art, and I'll take it back a couple times, a couple days, to do that. But I want people to take this very serious, everybody. Very serious. You prancing around in a bra ain't fitting in nobody take you serious, right? Come on now. Seriously. I've walked around in my bra just the other day on here, didn't I? It was a yellow one. I'm fixing to probably do that again while I'm scratching boards. Hey, you never know. You don't know. Actually, I'm amping my intuitive notion up on this show. I just want to let everybody know, you don't know what's gonna happen when I hit this live. I've figured so much stuff out, and how YouTube works, and what people, it draws people in, right? And so you don't know what's gonna happen, everyone. You don't know where I'm gonna be at. And I'm being God serious about this. You don't know where I'm gonna be at. You don't know what I'm gonna be wearing. Just put it that way. You don't know what I'm gonna be wearing while I'm doing the tap. The little afternoon delight taps, you just don't know. I could be in my jeans and a bra, perhaps. You know, I'm trying to keep it, you know, nice, okay, everybody, because, you know, I'm not I mean, I have a nice body and everything, as you see. No, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not a lightweight alcoholic. I can't even drink alcohol. It makes me really sick. But thank you for that. But I can't even drink alcohol. I'm definitely allergic to it. Actually, everybody, I'm beyond allergic to alcohol. I'll die if I put that in my mouth. But what stinks? And what stinks? Noah said something stinks. Yeah. But I'm gonna spice the show. Just like I said, everybody, you don't even know what's gonna happen tonight. I'm warning you about tonight. I'm not gonna be here, right here. We're not starting the show here tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm not even doing it right here tonight. I can give you that clue right there. I'm not doing it sitting right here tonight. You don't know where I'm gonna do it at, but it's not gonna be sitting here. And as a matter of fact, you don't even know what I'm gonna wear. So I can reassure you that something awesome is going to happen tonight. You don't know what I'm going to do. I know. So people are just, but that's how it is. I don't want no alcohol in my system. I'm not jonesing for alcohol. There's an older lady that sells wine, right? And I'm allergic to alcohol. I cannot drink alcohol. I mean, to save my life. I mean, even if I wanted to have a drink with somebody, I couldn't do it, everyone. Honestly, I've never done a drug in my life. Listen, I don't lie to anybody on here. I don't have to. I'm already on this euphoric high. Then I don't need all that shit. I can tell you that right now. I take so much pride in my health, okay, that I don't put those kind of things in my body. I don't put any kind of substance in my body. I don't drink alcohol, which ages you. I'm not a stupid woman, okay? I'm not doing those things, all right? So when people come on and say that that's inaccurate. If anybody knows me, they know that I don't drink, I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't even hang around people that do that. Hell, I only have one or two friends, and they don't drink nor smoke nor do drugs. We're old school ladies, okay? We ain't got fixing to got time for that stuff. Me personally, I would never waste any money on drugs when you can buy other things that enhance your life monetarily, right? Seriously, you can buy things for to make your goods. You can put it toward something, right? So when people, I look at people that do drugs, like, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Because when you look at people that do drugs, you're kind of wondering why they're not investing that money into themselves instead of into something that's gonna be a little high that's like this and it's over. Then you got to go back and get that high again, and that's over. And then before you know it, you've invested so much of your money in trying to chase a high that you're on a low. Who's doing that? I'm not doing that dumb shit. Are you kidding me? Come on now, get out of here. Don't insult this woman's intelligence. Okay? Fixing to stop. So, anyhow, there's an older lady that sells wine, right? Well, we all had hard lives, but that doesn't mean we pick up something that tries to make it harder. Listen, everybody, I mean, my mom and dad were working class people. Okay? Nobody had it easy. No one, I mean, my mom and dad were the only ones, you know, I mean, we weren't on welfare or anything when I was a little girl. My mom and dad worked and had some and good jobs, but I wasn't, but the thing is, I I never turned to drugs for anything. I didn't need a drug for anything. And what did I need a drug for? If I was mad, I was mad. If I was depressed, I got the fuck over it very quickly. I don't know what to tell people. We all had lives to where they weren't easy. I grew up in Sunnyside, everybody. Let me tell you what Sunnyside was. And I lived on a house up on the hill, and I had my own bedroom, and my brothers did too. Okay. We lived in a bigger house in Sunnyside. But other people, my friends in Sunnyside, did not. Okay. They didn't. They had to sleep on a floor or sleep on a floor. They had nowhere else to sleep. I did not know that. I thought everybody had a bedroom like me. It's not true. And so, we had two living rooms, right? Come on now. Um, I did not know that my friends did not have, you know what I mean? Honest to God, I listen. But anyhow, when you're mad, you get over shit real quick, right? Or it's gonna keep eating at you. When you're depressed about something, get over it real quick. Get over it. That's life. Okay? You don't need a drug to get over your problems. We've all been through something. That's called life. But what did they do back in the olden days when they had problems and things going wrong? Don't you think things didn't happen back in biblical times? People use drugs as this beautiful gateway to nowhere. Drugs to me are a gateway to absolutely nowhere, everybody. Why waste one penny? I would not waste one penny on a high that only lasts 1 second or 2 seconds. I don't know how long these highs are lasting. I've never done drugs, never even smoked pot. I wouldn't even waste my money on that shit. No offense to anybody that does. That's your problem, not mine. But what I'm saying to you is when I see people on drugs, they've got so much. You can tell a lot of these people got talent, but instead of them using that money towards their talent or even towards their kids, everybody, come on now. This breaks my heart when I see people with little kids that are on drugs and not giving their little kids food, but they'll rather buy drugs and get that little tiny high than they get their kids food, right? I mean, I don't know what the concept. I don't feel sorry for people on drugs, right? I really can't. I can't have compassion, everyone. You choose. The drugs don't walk up to you and go, take me. You choose to pick that up and put that in your body. You choose to do that instead of finding alternative ways to get over stress. You choose to do that. And then when someone's life, when they die or something because they're taking too much of it, that's the end result. Because your body can only take so much drugs, everyone. Your body can only handle so much of so much, right? I can't feel sorry. I mean, I look at that like, how much did you spend for these drugs? I mean, are you goddamn kidding me? You could buy this, and this. I could buy all that at Dollar Tree and fixing to do all kind of art and get all kind of stuff for my products. Are you kidding me? That's offensive and insulting to me when somebody thinks I'm on drugs because I am a happy, euphoric person. I don't drink alcohol. I don't go near that stuff. Ask my brother, anybody that knows me. I've never done this kind of stuff. You don't know me. You don't know that. I don't do these things. I think it's craziness what people are spending on drugs. I can't even make this stuff up. It's horrible to me to see that people are wasting money on something so temporary. Think about it, everybody. So, um even Steve Jobs, did you know he used to do I think it was ecstasy because he wanted to take his mind away. I'm not joking you. I'm God serious. No, no, no. I'm talking about it. No, I'm good. I'm talking to people about it. So, Steve Jobs actually, very intelligent man, okay? Very intelligent. And yes, he did die of cancer. But the things that he thought were going to help him did not. Do you get what I'm saying? It probably increased his time to go to the grave. When you do this stuff that messes you with your mind and takes you on some kind of weird ride in your mind, do you realize that's a temporary high, but what it does to your mind is everlasting? And I am serious, everyone. Don't do that. Don't put yourself through it. Look, even if you can afford drugs, even if it gives you that euphoric high, that sniff, that whatever you're doing, think about how long that lasts for, and then how much you have to use again. And think about how long that lasts for before you have to do it again. And before you keep doing that drug all day because you need to stay on that high, right? You done probably blew through thousands of dollars. All depends what kind of drug people are doing. Smoking a joint. I don't even know how much this shit is. Don't want to know, but I'm just saying. How much of this is really eating your guts up? It's a lot, everybody. What kind of pills are people on that are costing them their livelihood because there are some of these people are on oxycodone? And they gotta keep getting these pills over and over instead of dealing with the problem. They'd rather take a pill that's only gonna have a high for to take their mind away for what, 5-10 minutes, who knows? And then they're back needing that oxycodone again. Or they're back needing whatever the hell it is again. Ketamine or this or that or cocaine or this, a hit of this and a hit of that equals a hit of nothing. Nothing. It doesn't last. It doesn't last. It's not meant to be in your body to last. And I'm serious, everyone. I'm not joking you. I'm just telling people that are doing this stuff. Sit down and see how much you're spending on whatever, right? Honest to God, I'm urging all of you, if you're doing any type of drug, sit down and analyze how much money you're spending in one day just to stay on that high, right? And you'll faint. I think some people would probably fall out because they're not counting the money. They're just going to get it. They're going to get it, right? But they're dropping 20s, hundreds, who knows how much. All depends how rich you are and all depends how much money you got and how much of that dope you need. But some people, you got to get to the grit of what's going on. And I'm not lying to you, everybody. You have to get to the heart of the matter. You know, what happened to you? You got to sit and go, okay, God, this happened to me, but I can't do this to sugarcoat what happened to me or what I'm going through. There's some people that are so stressed out, they'll turn to drugs just to get that high, to keep going and keep going, keep working. I got to keep working. And little do they know, by the time the end of the day comes, they done took that drug so much that their bodies are just getting immune to it. And now it's time for treatment, everybody. It's time to wake up and fucking sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can't do this no more. Whatever it is, I can't do it no more. Because by the end of the day, I'm taking so much of this and it ain't curing what is ailing me inside my body or inside my mind. It's not helping. It's not working. Think about it, everybody. Sometimes you got to sit down and look in the mirror and go, okay, God, I can't do this no more. I can't do this drugs. I can't do this no more. I got to change what's happening inside of here so that I don't put that inside of here or where the fuck people are putting this shit at, right? And they don't want to do that. It's a hard reality, everybody, when we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and face something that we're going through. Do you know that's the hardest thing in this life, is when we got to sit in the mirror and look at ourselves of something that we really are got to get a grip on, right? Yes, right, Jason. But you know, to go on, but Jason, there's people that think that using a drug, no matter if a doctor prescribes it or you're getting it off the street, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A lot of these doctors, it all depends how rich you are. They're prescribing shit that they shouldn't even be prescribing to people at homes because the person has money. But in the long run, it's not helping that person that has money. Because in the long run, they got to face what is up in here that they're running from, right? You got to face it, what's up in here. You got to look in the mirror and go, okay, God, why is my mind racing like a racehorse? And how do I slow it down so that I don't have to do that kind of drug to get that everlasting high, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's like you gotta face the demon within your mind, everybody. Honest to God. And tonight there's people on this show. I mean, there could be even people on here right now that in the sound in my voice that gotta hear this because they're trying so hard to get off of it. And I'd love to talk to them because I'm telling you, once they have a little intuitive session with me, they would never go back to what they're doing. But what I'm saying is you gotta sit down, everybody, and you gotta calm this down. Sit down and calm it down, slow it down, roll it down. And whatever drug you're getting ready to take, throw that shit in the goddamn trash and say, not today, devil. Because some of these drugs are it's a mental thing that you don't even need it. But as soon as it drops you down, you mentally gotta go and get it because you need that mental. You some people think it's a mental alertness. No, it's not. Yes, Jason. It's really sad, everybody. It's really, really sad, everybody. It's really sad to see people fall into the guts of drugs. There's good people out there that have fell into it. There's good people. There's very good people. We all know good people. And I look and I go, thank my mom always told me never to touch drugs. My friends did. And my mom said, and I'm the only one, in a neighborhood that had a car, right? And so my mom said, if you ever, honest to God, this is the God's truth, if I could ever tell this. My mom was a wise woman. She told me a lot of shit, okay? She talked to me like I was actually an adult, not a child. And she said, if you ever go somewhere where they're doing drugs and you get up and you get away from it, don't ever put that in your body. Now, my older brother, yes, he done drugs, but that's his problem, not mine here to talk about that. But I'm here to tell you, everybody, that a lot of people, it's peer pressure of trying to get you got to try this to feel good. You got to try this once. It'll keep you up all night, keep you pumping, keep you working, keep you going, keep you moving. And little do you know, you tried that. And then the next day, you go back for that pump, right? Because you need that high to pump at work and keep going. And little do you know, you don't need that. You don't need it. But people, honestly, the drug pulls people in. And before you know it, they're so addicted that they don't even know which way to turn because now it's to the point where they need it from morning to night and beyond, right? Because it's so addicted to them. And it's really sad, everybody. I mean, we're in a society to where it's just not poor people that are falling into the grips and the gutter of drugs. It is rich people, famous people. Everybody needs that high to keep going, to do this, to do that. They feel like they need that high. And little do they know they just need to calm their minds down and deal with whatever shit they're dealing with. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. If you got problems, you just deal with it. Shit'll be all right. Everything will be all right. Right? You don't need drugs to compensate for anything that your mind can't compensate for, everybody. Seriously. No joke. But, I don't know, who I'm talking to, but I mean, it's really bad. You've got people got to start going somewhere to be able to have that hard reality, that look in the mirror. Because you can tell when people on drugs, because you can just tell by their eyes, they look so washed out. They look high as a kite. I mean, they're just out there, and they're just pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. And before you know it, their body shuts down. Do you know Prince died from this kind of stuff? You know, the doctor prescribed him. I don't even know, what was he on, ketamine or properol or whatever this is. Now, keep in mind, everybody, properol or whatever, I may be pronouncing this wrong, but Michael Jackson died of that. Do you realize that shit that's in an operating room that puts you to sleep? You have no business having that at your home. You have no business having ketamine. That shit is not good for you. Yes, that's right. But my God, you don't need that. What's ailing your mind that bad? What is twirling your mind and racing your mind that's that bad? That you gotta try, they go to this next level of ketamine, of propofol. I mean, look at this. It's landing people dead. Michael Jackson died of propofol. I think Prince even died of that. I mean, this is serious stuff, everybody. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Do you want to keep taking the propofol or the ketamine, or do you want to live? There's no option. There's no in between. It's not black nor white. It's right in between. Do you want to live or do you want to die? There's no in betweens with this, everyone. When people do drugs, there is absolutely no in between. You either want to live or you want to die, because you're going to eventually, if you are taking, if you listen to this, everybody. Now, these doctors that are prescribing this kind of medication ought to have their license taken away, because you should not be allowed to have a prescription for ketamine or propofol or whatever the hell that shit is. You should not be allowed to have a prescription for this goddamn shit. It's too strong. And the ramifications of what it's doing is worse than oxycodone. And that is why people are falling and dying. I'm God serious, everybody. That is why, instead of sitting down and getting to the root of why you need to do these heavy drugs, and we're talking, this shit is harder than oxycodone. Ketamine. Do you realize with ketamine, everybody, you got to keep going, going. It'll drop, stop, and roll you. And then you got to get back up and you got to do it again, because that euphoric feeling that pushes you to that next level of energy, it only lasts so long. It only lasts for so long. And then the next step is you got to take more to get to that next level to keep you going. It's unbelievable. Doctors should not be allowed to prescribe this to no one. Get to the root of why your client needs this kind of medicine. Get to what's wrong up here that the wheels are going so fast. Instead of keep going, let me write you a prescription for that. That'll make you feel good. Yeah, it'll make you feel good for maybe 5 minutes. How long does ketamine last for? About 5 minutes? Who the hell knows? 10? I would say half of these drugs probably last a good 5 minutes. And then you're back at the swing again. And if you don't take this shit, then you're on a drop. And then when you drop, you're dropping until you got to pick it back up again. And it is the God's truth. People are not getting to the point of what is wrong with them. And that mirror is a hard reality, everybody. I don't give a damn how rich you are. I don't give a damn how poor you are. That mirror is a hard reality. When you're on ketamine, when you're on goddamn propofol, this is serious shit, everybody. When you're on oxycodone, do you realize how hard this stuff is? Do you realize what these doctors, they don't care. They're writing you a prescription. They're writing you a prescription. They're getting paid for that prescription. Do they care about why you're taking that medication? Now, if I was a doctor and I had a high-end client and he would come in and want this, do you realize I would say, oh, no. We got to find out why your wheels are turning so fast. And there's no way I'm going to prescribe you that. I will prescribe you a trip to a rehab place, because if your mind is going that bad, you need to calm it down. You need a reality check. I don't give a damn how rich you are, how poor you are. We're all under stress. But to have these kind of drugs that keep you going and keep you going and keep you going, do you realize your heart is going to blow the fuck up eventually? And that's the hard reality of it. And maybe I'm coming at this with some people a little brutal, but guess what? Sometimes you have to do that to get your point across to people that need help. Because if I'm sitting there and these doctors are going, oh, well, here, sir, so-and-so, or miss. I know they're looking at this person's fame. They're looking at this whatever these doctors are doing. I'm just going to take it back to Michael Jackson and Prince. And then you had Perry, right? Matthew Perry. I'm going to take it back. Now listen to this. So the doctors are looking at how rich these people are, these guys, and going, what you want? And how much are you willing to pay for that high? Not, no, wait a minute. Why do you need such high powered medicine? What is going on in your mind? Let's find something to kind of unwind your wheels that's not so drastic, right? No, I don't, but I'm just saying, I don't know anybody on that stuff, but I'm just saying. You see the celebrities that are on this stuff. Yes, celebrity, exactly. Famous people, hardcore drugs, yes. And and some people, they're taking this hardcore drugs because they got so much going on in their lives, everyone. And they have to stay on this freaking this amped up situation in order to keep going and keep going because they got too much shit to do and they got to keep going and keep going. And little do they know they got to tap it down and take one thing at a time. You're not Superman, you're not Wonder Woman, right? Instead of looking at what's going on and going, okay, wait a minute, I got 1,000 businesses. I got listen, whether it's a woman or a man, I'm not even pointing out nobody because then I'd get in trouble, but I'm just saying. And then you got to sit and go, okay, let me take one step at a time here. I know I got a boatload of stuff going on, but I just got to let me lay out a schedule of certain things that I got to do, that I can do it without doing that to get me to that point, right? But gee whiz. No, I'm sure they do, Noah. Of course they do. Of course they do. Of course they do. But the celebrities, it's so sad, everyone. You know, even let's not even go to a P. Diddy party. Let's not even focus on that. But what I'm saying is I'm focused on why these doctors don't get to the core of why people are on such high powered drugs such as ketamine, such as propofol, such as oxycodone. Why are they on this type of medicine? Why? There's no point, there's no need. Unless if you're on oxycodone, then those pills, do you realize oxycodone pills were designed for people that had cancer or very chronic illness, that their pain was so dire bad? Do you know that? That's actually what oxycodone was designed for. Not all this recreation bullshit. It wasn't. It went from people that had cancer to people that just had an ache and a pain, and a doctor would write a prescription for oxycodone like it was candy. And now there's so much of this world that is so invested in and so jacked up on oxycodone. It's unreal. Until the doctors, guess what? They can't even write some people prescriptions anymore. It's really sad. It's really, really, really sad, everybody. I blame it on the doctors. I blame it on the doctors, everybody. Because if the doctors don't sign this prescription for these people, they would not be doing this. And if they go to another doctor and they're signing a prescription for that to give to these people, and it's okay because I got a prescription for that. It's okay. Now, here's what some people go. But you don't understand, Tina. And what don't I understand? I got a prescription for that. Oh, really? So, does that make it okay for you to block out why you're doing that hard drug? Because it's okay because you got a prescription for that. Absolutely not. It's not right. Yeah, they want money. The doctors want money. The people that are very wealthy, you know, they're just in this euphoric mindset, everyone. These doctors will give them, prescribe them whatever they want. It doesn't matter if you're laying in your goddamn bedroom like Michael Jackson and getting Proparol shoved up your ass, or wherever you're in your arm, or wherever it's gone. As long as I'm sitting there getting my money, 10,000, huh? Right? Doesn't matter if I'm your doctor and I'm prescribing you ketamine. As long as you give me that goddamn check for 100 grand, right? Give you whatever you want. I don't care about your problems. This is what the doctors are saying, everybody. Thinking in their minds, everybody. These doctors are thinking this in their minds. When these people are, when they're giving their clients that are high power, these prescriptions for this kind of medication, they're worried about this. They could care less about why you have this, why you need it so desperately. Think about it. It's sad, everybody. I mean, we're talking about this tonight. I'm gonna get, it's 4:08. Let me get everything situated for tonight, and we'll pick this back up, because I think this is something that, you know what, in our souls, we got to get to the bottom of why some people are doing this. Maybe the little talk, right? Maybe if I can just pour my little love, my little intuitive love onto people, and help them through something that they're going through up here, that they're going, that it's, you know, right? The racing brains, racing, the racing. I'll fix that. Race. Okay, everybody, one moment. Hold on. So, you know, we'll talk about this because, you know, they always say, like, everybody, an idle mind is the devil's playground. Well, guess what? A spinning mind is the devil's playground also. And that's what happens when people are just, their minds are going 1,000 miles per hour. That's the same as an idle hand, right? So we'll talk about this tonight, everybody. I love you. Thank you for coming on with me. I'm gonna get all this stuff situated for tonight. I'm gonna I gotta do all kind of stuff here, but I hope I help somebody. I hope that um in the sound of my voice, somebody heard what I had to say, and respects their body enough not to take this hard stuff, because it's not good. It's not good. At the end of the day, the results are gonna be death, not life. At the end of the day, the results of ketamine use, over and over and over again, that the doctors, they don't care about you. They don't care how rich you are. They don't care how famous you are. They will prescribe a prescription for you, because guess what? They just want that money. But they don't ask you 1 minute and one question of why you need such a high power medication like that to survive, to keep going. And it's sad, everybody, and it takes people out of this world. It does. It tears down your organs, but they don't tell you that. They don't want you to know that. They don't, because they're getting this big check to write the milligrams of whatever you want, right? And it's like limitless. But is your life limitless? Absolutely not. Is your time here on this earth precious? Is taking these drugs over and over again getting you anywhere but a high for 5 and down for 10? Is it worth it? Is it worth it, everybody? For that high that doesn't last long, and your body is going through this motion, right? Because it'll need more and more and more and more. And before you know it, you're so gosh damn amped up, you don't even know what to do. It's real, everybody. So, everybody, I love yous. I'll see you tonight at 8:30. You don't want to miss a thing. I love yous.